So how is that different than just handing financial statements? This whole idea of teaching people to make money seems like the real important aspect, that we're not just handing them the numbers, we're actually teaching them what those numbers are and what they mean.
I think that's a really, really great question. And I have so many CEOs that come to me and said, but I give them the numbers. All right. I don't give anybody numbers. All the numbers in our companies come from the ground floor up.
Hmm.
If they come from the top down, they're the top's numbers. All of our numbers, all of our process, okay, is to get the high involvement planning, the input from everybody in the organization, whether it's in maintenance, whether it's in production, whether it's in sales, whether it's in inventory. All the data comes upwards. It does not come from the top down. This is one of the greatest fallacies that people think about our book management. I'm going to get my CFO or I'm going to get my CPA. They're going to give them the numbers, and then all of a sudden they're going to accept ownership relative to the numbers. Nah, the ownership is upside down. You know, I think people are much, much tougher on themselves. And I think they should have the ability, with the proper information, to be responsible for the forecast of their particular ownership. I like the psychic ownership of the line, whether it's the receivable line or whether it's the debt line or whether it's the interest line. There's somebody in your organization that has a first name that's responsible for every one of those lines. And I like to humanize it, okay? And it becomes really exciting. And the simplicity of it is this. Everybody wants to make a difference. They do want to make a difference. Your kids want to make a difference. If you can create the environment where they can go out there and they could put a forecast up and they beat that forecast or they beat that forecast, there is such self-esteem, there is such pride in them being able to accomplishment. I mean, isn't it all about rewards and recognitions? So why would it be rewarding for them to beat my number, okay? The reward really comes from the standpoint is that they did it. You know, they felt good about it. They then go home and they pick up their spouse, they give them a hug, they go out to their communities. That's the kind of thing that you're trying to build in the work environment. And you're never going to build it if you take away the authority for them to be able to set their own benchmarks.